What's going on, Internet? It is a Wednesday, December 10th, 2014, and 9 months ago today, people I know, well, might have had sex. Theoretically.
Happy placenta coming out of day.
Yay! So, we're here. I got my buddy Ben with me at BennyB911 on the Twitters. My brother in beard crime, if you will. Who has just returned from PlayStation Experience, so we'll be talking about that. But first, introductions. In the middle, in the man sandwich, we got Steve Gibbons at Steve Gibbs. What up, man?
Hey, everyone. What's going on?
Next to him, screen sharing. Screen sharing us as lumbersexuals.
It looks like I'm looking at my dong.
Yeah, it really does. Like I'm trying to avoid eye contact. Like I'm like, oh my god, don't look at his penis. And Ben's like, I got my dick out. That's
Why aren't you looking at this majestic piece of lumber?
Chuck. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
That was very good, sir. Well played. Good last minute Photoshop work, sir.
What I do?
So yeah, we brought Ben on over. But we'll start with the we'll call it the weekly update. So we'll start with Lance because of his wonderful picture. Sir, what have you been playing? What you been doing?
Put me on the fucking spot. Well, right now I'm drinking. So let me update you on this week really quickly. I'm going to end with the highlight. Well, not the highlight, but just what happened. Tom got me a review copy of Venom Pinball that I haven't played yet. I'm really excited. I'm going to fuck around with that in the next couple days. The new Destiny expansion launched last night, and I spent too many hours on a damn strike. It's stupid. It is stupid. I'm so mad I have to re-roll everything. But I like the game. It's fun. I dumped a few more hours into Grand Theft Auto. I'm really liking it. I'm actually playing the storyline for once. I haven't played a Rockstar storyline since Red Dead Redemption, so I'm kind of curious to see how that goes. The multiplayer is still broken on it. I shouldn't be surprised. I have no idea why the hell Rockstar decided to not give you the control of just joining a multiplayer game. I don't understand it. I have to choose what I'm doing based on the 30 people that are in open world. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. So I'm not happy about that. Played Evil Within a little bit more. And that's about it for me. Oh, the highlight, or I should say the strangest thing that's happened to me this week. I went Christmas shopping tonight with Hank. And he asked Santa for, what did he say? A space station?
I saw that on Instagram.
I was like, what the fuck? The girl when he's leaving, she's all, what did you ask Santa for? And he's all, a space station. I'm all, fucking great. That's great.
That's
then,
not a moon. That's a space station.
And I'm trying to, like, in my mind, think of something that I can equate to a space station. I'm like, that is a lot of fucking Legos. Like, I don't know how to say that. Like, I'm like, I don't want to spend $160 in fucking Legos just to give you a goddamn space station.
Just get him a PlayStation and said Santa misheard him.
Oh, right.
That's not a moon. That's a PlayStation.
Yeah, and then so I'm driving home tonight from getting gifts and everything, and there's this like newer Acura in front of me, and I see like shit going on inside of it, and I can't figure out what the hell is going on, and I noticed like somebody's reaching up to the top of it, and I thought it was like a little kid at first. No, it was probably like a 20-year-old woman. She got out and flashed me, and I was like, oh shit, like what the hell?
She wanted your space station.
Yeah, well, so luckily Hank was playing on the iPad in the backseat. God bless iPads with cellular connections.
Were they nice?
I am not going to say they were fine. I was like, I called my girlfriend after. I'm like, can I get like 3 of flashes from you so I just rinse this off of me? I can forget about it. That's what I told her. She's like, yeah, I can do that. I'm like, perfect. Great.
That's good. Lance immediately owned up to it. He didn't do anything wrong, but he just wanted to make sure he didn't feel bad or guilty or anything.
Did you like
Yeah.
immediately call your girlfriend? You're like, I saw
did.
boobs and they weren't yours.
Well, so she had an interesting.
I
Actually,
only saw them on the peripherals.
she actually had somebody call her yesterday, and I told Tom about this at lunch. Somebody called her yesterday and said, "I want to have sex with you," or something. Left her a voicemail, blocked the number and everything, and just like did it all creepy. And first off, that will never ever get you laid. If you just like ask a girl, like, "Hey, I want to show you my dick. Let me stick my dick inside you," that will never work.
I watch a lot of porno. Says it works.
Well, maybe on a porno, if you're getting paid and your dick is like 20
So
inches
here's-
long, you might.
Here's
get
the
paid
thing.
for
So
that.
I
I
have
just carry a video camera with me and say it.
I have a theory to counter that. So when we were in high school, I had a buddy named Jason who believed if you said, "Hey, want to make out," it would pay off. And I know for a fact it paid off twice. At least twice.
Actually, I know what you're talking
2 out
about.
of 100.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But,
You
like,
hit 2%.
Hey, but you know what? 2 yeses, that's a sales thing, man. You get 100 no's and 2 yeses, you still close 2 sales.
yeah, it's true.
Hmm.
That's
Anyway.
a 2% close rate.
Well, Chuck, I'm glad you've had a good day that involved boobs.
Well, I did. The real reason I called.
And
my
your
girlfriend,
Christmas
what
shopping's
the
done.
fuck is with the last couple days? Like, what is with people just like throwing it out on the table? Like, this girl shows me her breasts. This dude puts his dick out on the table. Like, he's like, "Hey, I want to have sex." What is with that? What is with people putting their shit out on the table? This is what I got.
It's around my birthday, man. It's just get sexual in the air. That's what happens.
Crazy comes out.
Saturday's going to be a crazy night, sir. That's all I'm saying.
I'm kind of excited and not excited all at the same time.
So, moving on from there, Steve, what have you been doing, man? What's new?
Not much. Yeah, been playing Assassin's Creed Unity with Randall and Mandy. Those guys are quite the hoot when they're sleep deprived at 2 a.m. Good times. And I've been playing a lot of Destiny, the new DLC that came out yesterday. Been playing a bunch of that game, and I think it's sucked up a little bit of my soul. I think it's just got its hooks in me. I don't know if I can get out or not, so I might be fucked.
Steve, can I ask you, do you really feel like that expansion was worth $20? That's what I'm having a hard time coming to grips with. They're asking more than any other DLC out there right now, and I feel like the content is not as much as what most content is.
Yeah, it's I didn't pay $20 for it. I got the Guardian edition, so mine came with the first 2 DLCs, and it was $90, and I got it on sale. It's like 20% off, so it was a really good deal for me. But yeah, I think it's worth it. I really like the Nightfall this week. I like killing waves and waves of enemies. I like the new raid. I like new PvP maps, and I'm excited to get better gear for when Iron Banner relaunches next week. So if I can come in there with really high attack weapons that other people don't have, it just gives me an edge.
Hey, you two, gigglers over there, stop! I'm listening to Steve. Yeah, for $30, I would say $15 per expansion. That's not bad.
Yeah,
But
I do think it's bullshit that if you didn't buy the DLC, you can't do a Nightfall or a weekly strike this week.
Wait, what?
I think that's bullshit.
So if you don't have the
I think they
DLC,
should
you
release
can do
non-DLC
Nightfalls?
maps. Yeah, so the Nightfall
locked.
and the weekly this week are the DLC maps. So if you don't buy the DLC, you can't do those.
Seeing that? That brings up some concerns with me. Like, I understand putting a paywall in there already. Like, I get it. Like, if you don't have Plus, you can't do some of the things. That's okay, I guess. But you mean to tell me that... I don't know. That's...
Yeah,
It would
I-
make sense they
Still
would put
plenty
new
of
content as a
in that
Nightfall, though.
game, but I can see where you're coming from, saying like, okay, this was available to you. Now we're putting a paywall in front of you unless you pay us another $20. That's kind of bullshit.
Or it's like you wait a week and it won't be the DLC map. And you
Yeah.
can have your shit back. But, I think they should have offered something for those people who didn't buy the DLC.
I agree. Okay. Well, we'll do the quick guest update, Ben. What are you playing, man? Talk about it.
I play stuff on the cheap, so right now, Diablo 3, I got that on the Black Friday sale
Ooh.
through the PSN network.
It's
So
like, what, $35?
Reaper of, yeah, you got the Reaper of Souls.
$30?
I'm on, what's up?
You get it for $30? How much you get by it?
I think it was 35.
Not bad.
Yeah, no, I mean, I knew it was going to be on sale sooner or later. So when I saw it was on sale for 35, with the bonus content. Picked it up. Tried to play it online with a couple buddies. My internet's pretty terrible, so we're trying to figure out if it's my internet or Sony's fucking servers.
It's probably not Sony's internet.
And then I play Call of Duty Modern Warfare, or no, it's not Modern. Was it Advanced Warfare now?
Something Call of Duty, something shoot people.
Yeah,
blow up.
you got jetpacks now. Some people don't like it. Makes it a little better for me because you can jump everywhere. Helps out.
Nice.
But yeah, I think that's all I'm playing.
Okay.
So
Well,
let me just ask about the console version of Diablo. Is it, because I've been on the fence about buying it, so you get all the content from Diablo 3 and Reaper of Souls on it? Is that what the whole thing is?
Correct. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
And my understanding, like the couple of people I've talked to that are playing it on console have really actually dug it. I've heard good things about it, so I don't think it's a bad investment. I do think that, like, if you've played it on the PC, I don't know if you'd want to buy it again for console, but a lot of the people I know, like Brian from Big Shiny Robot, Ben's talked about it a little bit. I think Adam from Big Shiny Robot, they've really given it good reviews. So, kind of a cool
Yeah,
thing.
I think if you haven't played it on PC, I think it's a great opportunity for you to be able to play it on a console. And that's saying something because Blizzard's had some fucking terrible ports in the past, and at least they've learned from things like StarCraft 64.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad you brought that up. That was the first thing I was going to say. Was StarCraft 64 was a pile of shit. I guess it still is a pile of shit. I mean, they didn't bury it in the desert in New Mexico like they did the ET game from NES, but they thought about it. You know that a Blizzard executive was like, "I got a shovel. Do we just want to? Do you want to take care of this right now?
That was the reason I bought an expansion pack for my N64, and that game was complete dog shit.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, well, I'll give you my quick update. Spent some money on the Steam holiday sale. I got Gauntlet for $10. I actually broke that out tonight and started playing the Gauntlet remake. It's pretty fucking great. I mean, it's just classic Gauntlet. The Valkyrie is so super cool. If you guys didn't know, I'm a Cap fan. So having somebody that can throw a shield is pretty cool. And that's really, I've been playing that.
Today?
What was that?
Did you pick up Psychonauts today? I've noticed it's on sale.
No, I already own it. So I bought it on like a Humble Bundle like a year ago or something. So I've got Psychonauts. And then I've been kind of going back a little bit. I'm still playing Transistor. It's pretty much it right now. Honestly, I'm in like low-key holiday game mode, just kind of playing what pleasures me. Super pissed off at Final Fantasy VIII. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know what I said, Ben.
Yeah, all right.
I'm aware.
Just making sure.
A little irritated with Final Fantasy VIII. So for those that haven't played Final Fantasy VIII, this is my third attempt at beating that fucking pile of shit game. And on this attempt, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get every GF. So I'm at the point where you have to get Eden. So to get Eden, you go into this underwater base, and you go through different levels. As you go through the levels, you fight different tiers of monsters. I got to the save point. I get to the tier with the ruby dragons, and I kill like 6 of them. As I'm just about to leave the part with the ruby dragons, I shit you not, I get a random attack of a ruby dragon, and its breath kills my entire team in one shot, and I have to start over again. I have been stuck on that part for like 6 days.
Fucking ruby dragons.
Fucking ruby dragons. So I've been jumping between a lot of other stuff, but really, yeah, like Transistor and Final Fantasy VIII and Dragon Fantasy Book 2, what I've been jumping on lately. So it's going to be some fun gaming. So before we dive into the meat of the content, any final words from any of you gentlemen?
No.
Yeah. Hey, so I've been watching or listening to a couple of your old podcasts. I just want to say some of the best code work was NBA Jams. You could set in the code and you could be President Clinton and Vice President Al Gore.
That's right.
And my Black Friday gift, the best one I got, or that I gave myself, 75 cents for 1 month of Marvel Unlimited.
Really?
So I'm 45 books into Civil War for 75 cents.
Dude, no shit.
Yeah. So
I don't believe that.
I wanted to jump in because I wanted to listen to you guys for a little bit and try to figure out where I would stand with all of you. And I heard the last 2 and then the Shooters episode, which was hard. It sounded like there was going to be a civil war. But yeah, so
I can't see, and that's
NBA Jams.
75 cents for a
Obviously,
month
I
of
won
Marvel.
the Civil War because I'm still here. I'm still fucking standing. Yeah.
Yeah, 75 cents, and then you can either $10 a month or $70 for a year, which is fucking worth it because Civil War is what?
10 years old?
Yeah, 10 years, 8 years, somewhere right in there. And then it goes, I mean, you can read all the major books all the way up. So
See, I've got
Marvel does it right. DC, I'm a DC fan, but you have fucking dropped the ball everywhere.
Well, and it's funny, if you want to read, I have the Civil War Compendium, like the hardbound.
Nope, don't need to.
All right.
75 cents. I'll be done with it.
Dude, it is so good. Civil War is easy.
Oh, it's fantastic, man.
My favorite story arc.
It's and it's amazing writing. Like, so they put it so you can
I
read it all in order with all the bonus books in,
All the tie-ins.
tie-ins.
Oh, man.
So just reading it in order and not having to pay. I mean, I've read 45 books at this point at $3 a pop, but they're not all free because Civil War was what, $4 at a time.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's about when Marvel did the price hike, right?
Yeah.
Well, and if you think about it too, like one of the hardest things, like when I was trying to get into comics, God, 7 years ago when I started with Big Shiny Robot, one of the things I was trying to do was figure stuff out. I've always loved Captain America, but I've never read the comics, and so trying to get into like Death of Captain America, I walked into a comic shop and I was like, hey, I want to figure out this Death of Captain America. Where do I start?
Good luck. Here you go.
Yeah, and the dude handed me like $300 worth of books. He goes, it's somewhere in here. Like, good luck, fucker. So 75 cents for
1 month.
For 1 month, and if they're organizing it like that for you,
Yep.
that's key. Oh man, we lost a viewer. Someone didn't like that. I said, fucker.
I apologize if you didn't. If I just spoiled Civil War for you, but fuckholes, it was a few years ago.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Whoa.
Most of them survive. So that happens.
Tony Stark's a dick.
Then there's Siege. Siege was good.
Yeah, don't get me out of line.
Okay, all right. Cool. Well, so let's dive into it. So the reason for this show tonight, you saw the title, PlayStation Experience. So I was off for the weekend, my first weekend off in my 15 years of having a full-time job. And yeah, so I was fixing my car and cleaning my house and listening to PlayStation Experience. But our friend Ben here actually went. You bought a ticket on Groupon.
Correct. $50 for 2 days.
That's sick.
Instead of 100.
And went out there, and he was actually, I've got this massive group text string from me, Ben, and our friend Jimmy. And I'm pretty sure it was just Ben being an asshole and taunting me the whole fucking time. Like, oh, by the way, I'm at a press conference, you son of a bitch. Eat it. But, so, yeah, man, give us the rundown. Like, I guess my first question to lead us off is, of the 2 days experience, it was your first game conference.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
My favorite part? I think just taking it all in. It was really weird. Like, when I got there, I was like,
to another dude with a big beard in your lumbersexuals and you're taking it all in.
oh, I was taking it all the way balls deep, brah.
All right.
Yeah, no, like, see it, like, I don't know, I've always seen pictures of, like, Comic-Con, BlizzCon, all those cons, and it's like, oh my god, dude, there's so many fucking nerds, and so it's ridiculous. But then I got there, and it wasn't that bad. There was a couple people that were bad.
People just stink, dude. That's what you get at gaming conventions. Smelly people.
Yes, dude. I'll never forget Mario. A guy we called Mario was in line. Yeah, he wore a Mario hat to a Sony convention, and he smelled like death.
You know what I just thought of? We need to invest in next time that we do an actual booth is like little deodorant cans to give to people.
Oh my god.
Well, we talked about that, like setting up a booth and selling deodorant. But if they aren't using it at their own house, why the fuck are they going to use it at a convention?
Right, like,
they got better things.
You'd have to hire somebody to explain to them that they need deodorant first.
They'd be like, "That's a deodorant booth. Get away from it."
Could we be the assholes that like just stand there with this deodorant and spray them as they go by, like? Psh. No.
Let's make sure they lose all respect for us immediately upon meeting us. Oh, you fucking stink. Psh.
And entertainment is dead. Saving your nose one spray at a time.
But yeah, the keynote was cool. Yeah, I don't know, man. There was a lot of stuff going on.
Did you get any demos?
I did a bunch of them. So
lay it on me.
All right. So well, we went through the keynote, and the first thing they did was showed us Uncharted 4. I guess that was the first look at it, and it was amazing. Like the graphics were great. People were cheering for like the waterfalls and stuff. So really, I was really confused by it. I was like, why are they cheering? Like it doesn't make sense. But this is what you're there for. So this is what people are cheering for. And after a few minutes, I finally got it. I was like, okay, they're going to cheer for it. But I mean, there was guys next to me that like, when this dude got a headshot, there was a guy actually playing it. I thought it was a video for a while, and then I saw the guy sitting there. But people were actually cheering when dude would get a headshot. I mean, woo! Woo! And I was just like, all right, it's just, okay, I gotcha.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Probably.
They showed Tearaway Unfolded. That was a cool idea. What
Did
else?
you watch
I had to write some
Batman
notes so I could
gameplay?
remember some of this stuff. Until Dawn, they had a real good-looking Hayden Panettiere section of it. She's in a towel getting out of a bathtub.
Which, that towel, for the record, like watching
It doesn't fall off.
that thing defies all fucking laws.
I played that game
of
for 10
physics.
minutes. It does not fall off. You cannot. There's no amount of running and jumping, of which I had tried, that makes that thing fall off.
Like she got out of the shower and applied multiple layers of super glue on the towel, and then got attacked by the clown monster.
And I do believe there were plenty of people yelling at the developer who was playing it. The lead developer was playing it, and they were basically yelling, whatever makes her towel fall off, because he started laughing too. Then Capcom came up and they did their Street Fighter 4 for the PS4. It's but Ultra Street Fighter
4.
Arcade 4 or something.
Yeah, and it's gonna come with all the DLC. It's getting ported to the PS4 spring next year. So to give you guys a little bit of history, the Street Fighter V announcement trailer leaked 2 days prior to the actual announcement. Something that people don't know about that is that actually at EVO last year, they were announcing Tekken 7, and Yoshihiro Ono leaked the Tekken 7 trailer ahead of Harada. He's the creator of Street Fighter. He's the guy that got on stage and talked about it in the keynote.
Oh, yeah. I almost got his autograph, but I was like,
Oh,
just
you
another Asian
son
guy
of a
here.
Bitch. Anyway,
I saw him. I was like, hey, Asian guy. I was
so,
like, oh, we want to play together?
so he
Did not know you were famous.
he's a big deal. So he basically 2 days before EVO, or the night of EVO, he was like, whoops, and he tweeted out a private link to the Tekken trailer. And Harada was like, you son of a bitch. Well, the night before the Street Fighter V announcement, Harada, who was the creator of Tekken, was like, whoops, tweeted out the Street Fighter trailer. So kind of a funny little banter from Namco Bandai to Capcom.
Right. So then the Capcom was done. That was it. Then the liaison or the public announcement guy.
And really important stuff came out.
Well, right. So they didn't say anything else. Capcom just went away. I was like, all right. And Jimmy and this fucking fool are telling me, like I have this group text, and they start talking about fighting games, and I'm like, I finally had to text the group out of these two yahoos and go, hey, you fucking homos! And I meant that in the most endearing way. If you guys are gonna talk about fighting games, get on another channel. I don't want to hear it anymore.
So here's what it actually says.
I'm gonna
We're talking back and forth. Let me read you the text.
My stuff sticks.
Hey, if you dickholes want to talk about fighting games, go into your own chat. Homos.
Yeah. But it's okay. I have friends.
We do like
Did
gay
you
people.
see-
Gay people.
Yeah,
are really
yeah,
cool.
no, yeah, that's totally. I
I
just
have a question.
okay.
Go.
Did you see the Batman gameplay?
Yeah, so that's coming up. So then it was. I think Batman came up, and they showed the third trailer. I guess they'd been showing 2 trailers before that, like on TV or something, or released them on on internet. But they showed the third trailer for the Chemical Warehouse or something, I think they said.
Right.
But then they also showed an extra trailer on
The Scarecrow, right?
Scarecrow, yeah. Which was odd. Like, the Scarecrow one made no sense. Basically, it was a big Scarecrow.
in-game content, or are they showing trailers for DLC?
That's DLC. That's going to be PS4 only for Scarecrow.
Fuck.
That is-
Oh,
Oh
That is
man,
annoying.
that's
They're
tough,
making-
guys.
They're making trailers for DLC when the game's not even out?
They are.
What the fuck?
Well, and it's funny because watching the Scarecrow stuff was interesting to me because was it Arkham? Was it Asylum that had the Scarecrow stuff, or was it Arkham City?
City.
It was
Arkham
City,
had Scarecrow.
where you had the Scarecrow
No,
levels,
wait.
right? Where
No, it is Asylum.
it was Asylum,
It is
yeah,
Asylum.
where you had the Scarecrow levels, like you get hit with the gas, and then you have to survive like these
Yeah.
crazy Scarecrow
Fuck.
levels to get through.
Yeah.
So after not the press conference, but the opening keynote, you got to hit the floor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So something I thought was interesting is I saw multiple times from different developers tweeting pictures of Ben at the conference. And
I did a lot of gameplay.
I was like, what in the fuck? Like who is that tall bearded man? It's fucking Ben. So I want to hear about Rocket League to start because those guys were like Twitter love all over the place for you.
Yeah, so Rocket League was amazing. It was in the Devotion area, which was all like the independent, smaller companies. And they made a game a long time ago, and it was called Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket Powered Battle Cars. And they made a sequel to it, which is called Rocket League, and it's basically your little Matchbox cars, and you just hit a big soccer ball, and you try to get into the goal. It's a great party game. 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, and 4 versus 4. I think they said it was going to be big arena, like no out of bounds. You can drive your car up the walls. You can hit other cars and blow them up. You can jump and do barrel rolls, and you get points for like header stuff, clearing it away from your goal. All physics based. They use the Unreal. Is it Unreal?
Yeah, Unreal Engine.
The Unreal Engine. Fantastic. It was by far the best game I played there. And I mean, I played a lot of games, but that's my kind of genre. I like sports and I like stuff that you can just play with your buddies and blowing up cars. It was pretty amazing. It was.
Speaking of blowing, who did you blow to get that shirt from Rocket League?
I do believe at this point in time, I may be the all-time leading scorer. I don't know who alpha tested it and who created it, but I'm pretty sure I'm at like 12 to 16 goals. So when you score the most goals in a game, you got one. This is technically my second one. I do have 2 of them. We seriously played it for about an hour.
And then you played the game after?
Oh yeah, even though we played soccer in the parking lot.
Oh, okay.
Did you see or play Drawn to Death?
Drawn to Death.
I did not play Drawn to Death. Drawn to Death had a huge line, and what they were doing was they still had like the developer and all the creators and stuff there, and they had notebooks, and so when you got finished playing the game, they wanted your input, so it was just real slow.
Right.
They didn't have a lot of screens to play, so I never got to that one.
And if you've ever worked,
I have some strong opinions of it.
sure, go ahead, go for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I feel like since Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, I feel like games are trying to come out and be campy and be funny, like Sunset Overdrive, like, aha, memes, pow, bam, we're breaking the third wall, we're funny, and it's like this really forced humor that I kind of see in Sunset Overdrive, and that's kind of what this game looks like to me.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going
I
to
was
say
hoping-
that, I mean, what about something like Conkers? Conkers was the same way, and
Oh,
that's
man.
in like N64.
Yeah, absolutely, but I mean, that was funny and original, and now it just feels like people are trying to reproduce it in a forceful way.
Yeah, I think Drawn to
That's
Death
why-
has.
That's why I wanted to see some gameplay or see someone else's opinion of it. Because just from the previews and stuff I saw, it just looked like forced humor. Like we're trying to be funny.
It
It's
looked like
people
a.
who-
It
people
looked
who
like a
watch Big
sketchy
Picture
version
think
of
that's geeky.
What's that shooter that you played the shit out of Lance that I bought and then went free to play like a week later?
Oh my God.
Gotham Imposters.
Gotham Imposters. Yep, Gotham City Imposters. And like, I feel like Gotham City Imposters was the first game to really tackle the free to play shooter model after they charged you for it. But the one thing too is that like I
It
feel like
was never free to play. It only went free to play on Xbox when it hit gold. When they
right,
did the
yeah,
gold thing. But at that point, it had already been out for 8 months. So welcome to the party, Tom.
yeah, yeah. But I paid for it. I bought that game to play with you, and then it became free to play. Is what I'm saying.
Let's actually backtrack and restate the fact that Tom likes to play a lot of games, and so when he says I just barely bought that game, it was probably 6 months earlier.
I'm gonna punch you in the dick. I really am.
So, like, hey, let's play this game. Okay, totally, I'm gonna buy it. He buys it, and then it's for 6 months, and it goes free, and he's like, what the fuck?
And they get silly, stop playing it. I hear you. I get
Yeah.
angry about that shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I bought Shadows of Mordor, and then fucking Black Friday shows up and like, hey, we're gonna sell it for 25. I was like,
Oh.
3 months and I lose half my interest on this game? That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad
Game's
you
amazing though.
I'm just trying to point out something about Tom, but anyways, continue your point.
So, but the thing I see about that is that I feel like the free-to-play genre is still really new, and I almost feel like people have really jumped on that, and I almost think that, like, Drawn to Death is trying to piggyback on the success of what Loadout did on the PC, which coincidentally is porting to the PS4.
Yeah, and that thing that was fun, man. They did a good job on that. We played that quite a bit as well. It helped that they were giving out free T-shirts after you played, but I didn't bring any of those with me today. But you know, if you like Call of Duty or first-person shooters, but you're not good at them, these games are fun because it's arcadey. It's jokingly fun. You can upgrade your guns. I mean, it was a blast. We played that for quite a while. We would go back to that thing.
I would call them like that. They're not competitive. It's just that they have humor associated with them. And I mean, the same reason I play like Plants vs Zombies. It's good to have more of a casual game, but still, for me, I like to play shooters, but I prefer actually to play a casual crowd because I can usually murder them, and I love that. So
you're the guy I hate playing against.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so I mean, I don't really like playing those super competitive games. And it's also fun for me. It's fun for me too. It's fun to have those. Those humorous moments. Same reason with, like Gotham Imposters, and I can chalk those up as some of my favorite games. I like Loadout a lot. I didn't spend a ton of time playing it when it came out on PC, but good for them to put that on PS3. That's a good win for that company. That's a good win for a game that needs a win, or needs more winning, I should say. I don't think it did bad on PC, but it's gonna, get even more sales for them. I had a couple questions about like the Forest. Because I've actually been interested in that because I want to say that's been in like beta forever on PC, and I'm kind of pissed because it's one of those games that pisses me off on Steam. That's like, hey, buy the full game and get beta access now, and I'm like, fuck you, give me beta, you son of a bitch. Like, why am I paying full price for you to give me beta access?
So
like, I don't even.
Sorry. So unless I missed something. Forest didn't have a playable version there, and they only showed like I don't know, it wasn't even
it was like
2 minutes.
Seconds,
yeah, 2 minutes during the first opening keynote, but it looked cool. But yeah, really, they didn't unless you knew what was going on. It was like survival in the woods, and then all of a sudden you're like running all the tomahawks and making traps, but that was the one thing with the keynote is some of the stuff they were like, oh, look at this awesome video, and it'd be a 30-second video that wouldn't tell you anything about what was happening.
Yeah. So it's like, to me, the Forest looks like Don't Starve combined with Far Cry and add Resident Evil, and I really want to play it. But yeah, that might push me over. I mean, those games that they talked about was enough to make me go, maybe I want a PlayStation 4 now. So that, I mean, they've got the Forest coming. I've been interested in the Order and Bloodborne since they announced them. I mean, obviously they're both pretty far off, right? I mean, do they have a release date for either of those?
Yeah, Bloodborne is coming out February. God, isn't it February? I need to look it up. I'm pretty sure it's February of this year. Is Bloodborne. And actually, during the keynote they did like a 15-minute demo of Bloodborne, if I remember. Really? It was like a 10-minute. And it looked a lot better than I remember.
I was interested anyway, but
I did play Bloodborne. That the game was fun. It's not my genre, not my style.
Hmm.
But it was cool. Like the graphics were really good. Um, that's about all I can tell you about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. It looked good. It was fun to play, but I don't. I only played it for about 3 or 4 minutes before they moved us on.
Well, and Bloodborne looks like it maybe have been pushed back to March of 2015. So,
Which is a month.
Yeah.
On more of an excited note, tell me who you met.
Oh yeah, so I met Chuck Liddell, fantastic gentleman from the UFC, and I met Misha Tate, also from the UFC, and a fantastic lady. They were really nice. Now I didn't.
If I was single and I wanted to get my arm broken but didn't care, I would grab her ass.
Yeah, you would get that arm broken good.
mhm.
Yeah.
All 5'4" of her would wreck
She's
you.
only 5'4".
I don't know.
Yeah.
She's tiny. If
She
you look at
seems
that
like a
picture
nice
of me
lady, though. She
next to
really
her,
does.
I'm
She seems like a
6'5",
sweetheart.
so look at her, and she's pretty small.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be terrified of all of them. They'd kick my ass in a heartbeat.
So,
They seem really nice. Like they seem like really nice people.
Yeah, they were super nice.
Cool.
I didn't spend a lot of time at the EA booth because EA hasn't really tripped my trigger for years. I'm a big sports fan, but they have not done anything. Like their servers are terrible.
Good for you.
Everything EA does at this point in time is just rehashed crap. And I came on here hoping not to say anything bad about anybody. I love EA. Madden. I grew up with Madden football and NHL, but they've Sony San Diego does Major League Baseball now, and they've done some great things with that. So I think EA just needs to figure some stuff out. But their servers are terrible, and it seems like they make a game, they give you their money, and then they're out.
Oh, of course it is. It's a cash cow. It's a yearly cash cow for them. I mean, look at how bad like the fighting games have. I mean, not Tom's kind of fighting games, but like boxing. Boxing's been on its out for a long time, but like I don't think anybody's done a good MMA game since like there was the one with Forrest Griffin on the cover. God, what number was that, or what game was that? I'm trying to remember. Anyways, like I played the new MMA, new UFC game, just the demo, and I was like, really? This is like I Champions I thought was a good game, Fight Night Champions, but then I played that, and it's just dog shit.
Their FIFA 14 and 15 have been really good too, but
I've heard good things about FIFA.
I don't play it, but I've heard great things about it, and I would buy it if it was cheaper. But I've bought Madden, and you can't play online. You can, supposedly you can, but me and one other buddy want to play one online game together, and it's choppy and it's terrible. People drop off. There's something wrong with EA. They seem to be resting.
okay. Well, we're running close to the end of the time, I believe.
Already?
Already.
Shit, I got so much more. Hold on, I made these notes.
guys
Okay.
There's people I need to talk
travel
about.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. What do you got?
There was this game called Starwall.
What?
Good.
Anybody hear about it?
it?
Yeah. Well, just so you
Sorry,
know,
good or bad?
is he gone?
Steve, what the hell happened?
She's
What'd you say?
warping through time. It happening.
You're back.
Okay, say it again, Steve. What was that?
Starwall, good or bad?
I liked it. I wouldn't like play it a lot, but it was an interesting concept. It was funny. I fought against a couple of my buddies. One was dressed with a football helmet. Another guy was dressed with an afro and bacon wrapped around his narwhal whale. We played Paperbound. Paperbound was fantastic. You could defy gravity. You were like a little ninja. You got an ink well, and you got a scissors, and you just fought each other. It was up to 1v1 or 1 versus 3. Like you could do, everybody for themselves, 4-player. I got in a tournament for that. Got crushed, but my buddy got crushed by like an 18-year-old girl, 10-1. So it was even funnier because I beat him at least. Guns Up, man. Guns Up is where it's at right now. It's free to play. I think Sony did it. They were giving out cards. You could get some stuff, military strategy, cartoonish, free to play, but not. I asked him specifically. I was like, "Hey, if we pay, like, is it pay to win?" He goes, "No, no, 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 none of that. You can pay to buy different skins, different things, but it's not pay to win. Also, it's not like time oriented where every 15 minutes you're done because you used all your resources." I asked the guy specifically. I said, "This game's awesome, but if I wanted to play the game, and they like, I played it for 15 minutes and it was over." He's like, "No, we're totally against that. You can play nonstop. You can get cooperative with your friends to hold your bases together." We talked about loadout. Talked about Rocket League. Death Strain.
Now I want a PlayStation. Damn it.
Death Strain is coming out. It's a first-person shooter. I didn't get to play it long lines. It was 5 versus 2 versus 5. Let's see. I'm not going to talk about that. Disney Infinity was there. Those guys were all cool. There's 4 new ones coming out. I think right around Christmas time or after Christmas, and it's going to be Green Goblin from Spider-Man Unlimited. Is it or Ultimate? Sorry.
Yeah.
The bad guy from Star-Lord. The bad guy from
Guardians?
Galaxy.
Yeah.
Galaxy.
Thanos?
No, the blue guy.
Oh,
Ronan?
fuck, the Kree guy. What is his name? I watched this last night. Who's the Kree guy?
The guy with the whistle.
The Whistle.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, the dude with the mohawk.
Yeah, whistle, not
Oh.
dude from Walking Dead. That guy.
Oh, shit.
Can't remember him. He's gonna be in it.
Janos.
One more bad guy, and I can't remember it. But the 4th one was the one that I was totally stoked about, and it's Falcon. The characters are awesome looking. They had him there, and I was like, holy shit, Falcon, who is totally like a throwaway character from the 70s, all of a sudden is back.
Well, and did you see the announcement today about PS Vita?
Mm-mm.
So they're releasing Disney
believe it's
Infinity
Vista.
for PS Vita. Oh, the Vista. It's not the Vita.
Oh.
So anyway, they're releasing the symbiote Spider-Man, Black Suit
Oh,
Spider-Man,
nice.
but only for Vita.
Yeah, and then they're talking about
Thank you, Sony.
what's her face, Jasmine from Aladdin will be out on Valentine's Day.
Yes! Wow!
I don't know. Other than that, man, I played so much stuff. I'm sorry that I didn't get to talk about it all. It was so much fun.
So
Or answer any of your questions because you had real questions and I drank beer and played video games.
So any last question, Lance? Any final questions for Ben?
Oh, I don't. I'm just actually looking at this lineup, going, "Fuck! Now I want a PlayStation. This sucks."
So you know what game we didn't talk about? Steve, how about you?
My question is, what game did you go in there knowing nothing about that now you are the most excited about?
Oh yeah, it's Rocket League.
Rocket League?
Yeah, Rocket League was so much fun. Rocket League, Guns Up, and Loadout were my 3. Now remember, I don't follow any sort of online, like, I don't read stuff or anything else. I read stuff, but that makes me look retarded. And now I've said retarded and homo in one podcast. Fantastic.
Well, you did say Rocket League and then Loadout in the same sentence. Like, sounds like you blew a loadout after you had a
Hey, man.
rocket going.
Whatever I have to call it. Those were fun. Out of the bigger ones, I don't know. Disney Infinity had a real good booth. I liked their stuff. All their people were knowledgeable. But yeah, those 3, Rocket League, Guns Up, and the Loadout were my 3 favorite while I was there.
Nice.
And they were all smaller or free-to-play games. Like, it was really good.
That's
They
good to hear.
did a really great job in the independent market. I know Guns Up isn't independent, but there was more. I did play a lot more, like Paperbound. There was Norwal. There was Rockets. I mean, the independent section was fantastic and well represented. It was nice to see the people who are like artists, are just scraping by to try to make a living and did a good job, and we're really humbled to see all the people. Shovel
Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight, that booth was packed. Like, I didn't even get to play the game.
And Shovel
there's just
Knight
so
is a
many people
really,
there.
really cool rags to riches story where, you know, I mean, they launched a Kickstarter, right? Came out, hit
Why are
PC.
these Steam games going to PlayStation?
Because I think Sony is really of the belief that indie games is where it's at. And for the longest time, Steam has been the best platform for indie. I mean, with Steam Greenlight, with the ease of access, with the easy launch, they can set their own price point. And honestly, I think there's somebody, maybe 5 somebodies that work for Sony that they sit on a PC in an office and buy indie games and play them and go, okay, this needs to go on PlayStation. This needs to go on PlayStation. Because if you look at the PS4 launch over the last year, you know, Rogue Legacy, that started on PC, went there. On the Vita, they did not Gone Home. I think Gone Home was. Well, they did Don't Starve. They did. There was a weird horror game. They just launched The Binding of Isaac.
Gone Home was kind of horror.
Yeah, but there's another one. There's another horror game that was like pixelated, and I can't think of the name of it right now. It was like an 8-bit side scroller horror.
Oh, I was gonna say I thought you were talking about Outlast, but
Oh, and talk about. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Talk about Final Fantasy VII. Tell my friend.
Okay.
Tell my friend Zach.
All right, Zach.
Exactly what's going on.
So this was the if we have to do a bring out your dead topic, and this is my topic. They are re-releasing Final Fantasy VII for the PS4. They are not remastering the graphics.
Enjoy that shit.
It is upscaled to HD. They are putting a big fucking 1920 by 1080 window up with fancy background images, and then they are putting a 480p square in the fucking center of it, and you can rebuy Final Fantasy VII for the 15th time to play it on your PS4.
So Dylan, tell Zach all about it.
They're
well,
not.
here's the thing. Like, I think that's a double-edged sword, Tom. How much is the price point on that?
It'll probably be $10.
Here's the thing. I feel like Halo 2 is a waste of fucking space. Like the remastered, I'm pissed at myself for buying it. I don't think it was worth it. I don't think I actually turned off the new graphics half the time just to appreciate it for what I used to play. And I think that if you do that, if you were given both, you're given Final Fantasy remastered, it looks all sexy, you probably won't get as nostalgic as if you were going to play it in that mode. I think you'll get a hold of the game. As long as the price point's right, I think that's what matters.
But see, that's the thing is I don't care about the remaster. What I care about is the fact that this game was launched on PS1 Classics like 3 years ago for the Vita and the PS3. And they used the PS4 re-release as like a major announcement.
That was terrible.
Like, it's not a major announcement. It's a fucking PS1 game.
Check out the memes about it, dude.
Dude, it's if you want to talk about a major announcement, just say, hey, we're gonna let PS1 games finally fucking play on your PS4. Final Fantasy VII is one of them. Don't say we're bringing Final Fantasy VII back, because dude, come on. How many times have I bought that game? I can tell you, I've bought it twice. I bought Final Fantasy III. I bought that 5 times. I know what they're talking about. And this is from the same fucking company that releases a Final Fantasy game on a mobile device for $17.
Tom's never beat it.
Yes, I have.
I need the cheats.
Did you beat it?
I beat 7. The only one I haven't beat is 8. Okay?
8. Oh.
8 is the one, the Ruby Dragons kill my party, and I start over, and it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm screaming at my PlayStation, and my wife is mad at me for waking her up, and then I have to sleep on the couch. That's different.
Can we record you playing that game, please, for posterity?
No, luckily you can't stream the Vita right now, but when I buy a Vita TV, I will do a stream of me beating Final Fantasy VIII. You'll see it.
I want from beginning to end.
No, man. Like, once I beat Final Fantasy VIII, I'm deleting it off my Vita, and I'm probably going to call Sony and ask them to pretend like I never bought it from them. That's my goal. Okay, we're over time.
Sorry about that. That was my fault.
Final words, anybody, before we go?
Snake, sorry for ignoring you in the chat. I just saw all your messages.
Snake, what up, dude? I like Snake.
Did he have a bunch of technical questions for me? Because I couldn't answer them. I'm sorry, Snake.
Yeah, they were super proactive, so you're okay. I don't know. I don't have any other comments except for I really like the Zelda gameplay that came out this week.
Yeah, it was a good week, and I almost honestly wonder if this may replace Sony's press conference D3. Snake, I'm glad you tuned in, man. Sorry we missed you. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We're out. We're dropping the mic. Thanks, Ben, for tuning in.
Thank you
Don't
for
give
having
him
me.
a follow at BennyB911 on Twitter. We'll probably only tweet like once a year,
Yeah.
and you'll enjoy every minute of it. There's a button I push to go to black. There it is.
We're out today.